The defending and the undefeated WBC and WBA welterweight and super welterweight champion of the world, introducing Floyd Mayweather.
They cheered him, they booed him louder, and when the final bell rang, they paid anyway. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is boxing's greatest contradiction. Undefeated, but never universally loved. A defense genius in a sport addicted to violence, a man who turned public hatred into private profit. Fans didn't buy Floyd Mayweather fights because they admired him. They bought them because they wanted to see him fall. And that right there is power. This is not the story of every Floyd Mayweather fight. This is the story of how one fighter learned to outthink promoters, outmaneuver networks, and outgrow the system that once tried to control them. This is a story about leverage, about control, about beating boxing without ever needing a knockout. This right here is the blueprint. Floyd Joy Mayweather Jr. was born in 1977 into instability. His childhood wasn't shaped by comfort or security. It was shaped by survival. Grand Rapids, Michigan, later Las Vegas homes where addiction, validity, and uncertainty were constant. His father, Floyd Mayweather Sr., battled drug addiction. His mother struggled with substance abuse. Police visits were rare. Arguments were quiet. Fear wasn't occasional. It was normal.
And running the streets with my dad all night. When I say running the streets, I'm talking about, in a drug game.
As a child, Floyd learned how to stay alert, how to read moods, how to sense danger before it arrived. That awareness would later become ring intelligence. Boxing wasn't introduced as a dream or a hobby. It was a shield. In a life where chaos ruled, the gym offered rules, where emotions ran wild, boxing demanded discipline. And in that structure, Floyd found something rare: control. Floyd Mayweather Sr. didn't raise his son to be flashy. He raised him to be precise. Defense before offense. Balance before power. Timing before emotion. While other fighters were taught to trade punches, Floyd was taught to avoid them entirely.
I got my own fucking defense, man. That's the Mayweather. I got my own style in boxing. That's the Floyd Mayweather style. My dad taught me to show the rope. But the thing is this, I don't care who done it first. It's mine because I mastered it.
Slipping shots by inches, making opponents miss just enough to frustrate them. Training was relentless, no wasted motion, no praise for effort, only correction. The Mayweather gym wasn't about comfort. It was about repetition. Something y'all might not never know nothing about. This wasn't a father cheering from the sidelines. This was a coach forging discipline through expectation. And Floyd absorbed the most important lesson of all. If you don't get hit, you don't lose. If you don't get hit, you don't lose. By his teenage years, Floyd was already different. He was an amateur standout. He had fast hands, cold composure, advanced defense well beyond his age. I mean, the boy was talented. He dominated national tournaments and earned a place on the 1996 U.S. Olympic team in Atlanta.
You're representing America. What do you think about the Olympics and this great honor?
The Olympics is, a dream that I always had since 1988. Not since 84, them other days, since 88, And every day, I say my prayers, one day I say, I'm going to win the Olympics. I'm going to go to the Olympics, This was one of my short-term goals, and I accomplished it. That makes me feel, very well.
This was supposed to be his moment, but in the semifinals against Bulgaria's Seferim Todorov, something happened that changed Floyd forever. Floyd landed the cleaner punches, controlled the pace, dictated the distance. Yet when the decision was read, it went against him. Even years later, officials admitted the judge's wrongdoing.
How unfortunate. That should have never happened. May 2nd, he should have a gold medal hanging in his corner, but he didn't get her, did he? Someone took that from him, and that's why I resigned.
Floyd left with a bronze medal, but more importantly, he left with a scar.
They need to get rid of the whole system and get a new establishment to control amateur boxing. Floyd, it's a tough decision from my vantage point. Let me get your comment on the scoring.
I feel I won the fight.
I don't really want to say I won a bronze medal. I think it's best to say I received a bronze medal because you can't win a bronze if you lost.
He learned that talent doesn't guarantee fairness, that politics exist even at the highest levels of the sport, and that if you leave your future in someone else's hands, you've already lost. From that day forward, Floyd vowed never to let judges, promoters, or systems decide his fate again. Better believe it.
I gotta live with it, I'm going to, take my bronze medal, and go home, it's time for me to turn professional, I can't deal with this amateur boxing anymore.
Turning professional was supposed to solve everything. Floyd signed with Top Rank, led by Bob Arum, boxing's most powerful promotional machine. At first, it worked. Mayweather had a quick rise, world titles, undefeated record, the whole kit and caboodle. He became Pretty Boy Floyd, a technician with fragile hands and elite defense. But behind the scenes, tensions grew. Floyd felt underpaid, underpromoted, and undervalued. How you gonna do champ like that, He wasn't getting the fights he wanted. He wasn't being positioned as the face of the sport. And once again, Floyd recognized a familiar pattern. The system favored control, not fairness. Floyd had belts, but not power. He watched other fighters receive opportunities he felt he earned. He saw favoritism in matchmaking and promotion. He realized skill alone didn't sell fights. Fans called him boring, promoters worried about his style, but Floyd understood something deeper. Boxing didn't sell violence, boxing sells emotions, and Floyd had yet weaponized emotions. That right there was about to change. As Floyd's profile grew, so did scrutiny. Legal troubles, domestic violence charges, and public backlash.
You heard him. You never give me a fair shake. HBO needs to fire you. You don't know shit about boxing. You ain't shit.
Sponsors pulled all the way away. Media criticized them, intensified the criticism. For many fighters, controversy destroys careers. For Floyd, it clarified a strategy. He stopped chasing approval. He leaned into being disliked. Because hate keeps attention, and attention drives revenue, Floyd didn't apologize. He adapted. Pretty Boy Floyd was disciplined, respectful, and quiet. Money was deliberate.
Make it rain all day long. My name is Floyd. My name is Floyd. My name is Money Mayweather.
Luxury became branding. Arrogance became strategy. Confidence became provocation. Floyd understood something most athletes never do. People don't pay to watch perfection. They pay to watch someone they want to see humbled. And if they were going to boo him, he would have to make them pay to do it.
And do you regret the comment about Larry, an 80-year-old man, to kind of do that in the ring to him? Do you regret that?
Tell him that HBO needs to fire him? Absolutely not. I don't regret it. He needs to be fired.
The image change wasn't enough. In 2006, Floyd made the most dangerous decision of his career. He walked away from Top Rank, walked away from Bob Arum. No guaranteed promotion, no safety net, and no protection. With advisor Al Heyman, Floyd bet it all on himself. He negotiated directly with the networks, controlled his matchmaking, then went and created Mayweather Promotions. For the first time, the fighter, not the promoter, held the power. This wasn't rebellion. This was ownership. Chapter 8, Changing Pay-Per-View Forever.
He's not a household name, so basically, I'm carrying pay-per-view by myself.
Before Floyd, Mayweather fighters were replaceable. After Floyd, stars negotiated. Floyd demanded and received unprecedented pay-per-view splits, sometimes 70% or more. He didn't just negotiate purses, he redefined value. Networks adjusted their models, promoters shifted strategies, fighters realized they could demand more. Boxing's financial structure changed permanently, not because of a knockout, but because of the leverage. and you got to keep leverage in the sport of boxing. Chapter 9. Floyd versus Oscar De La Hoya shattered expectations and money records.
It is a pleasure for me to introduce to you the golden boy from East LA, Oscar De La Hoya.
Hi, my name is Oscar De La Hoya. I'm gonna do this. You ain't gonna do shit.
Floyd versus Canelo Alvarez proved mastery and dominance.
To the body we've seen from Alvarez. There's two.
Floyd versus Manny Pacquiao became the richest fight in boxing history.
And immediately gave away Roy Jones. A lot of people thought that Alvarez, with the first 3 rounds of that fight.
Floyd versus Conor turned spectacle into gold. Each event was bigger than the sport itself. Stadiums sold out, punches were thrown, revenue eclipsed results. The outcome was secondary. The business was the win, and that's all Money May cares about. Chapter 10. Critics say Floyd avoided danger, but longevity tells a different story. 50 fights, 0 losses, no slurred speech, no financial ruin. Floyd didn't sacrifice his body for applause. He preserved it for life, and that choice is still debated today.
Ultimately, the goal was to become a pay-per-view star. You know, when I was young, because I came out to Vegas. It was finally first class when I was 17.
Everybody's out there watching. Yes. We have seen the last of Floyd Mayweather in the ring, or have we?
You guys have seen the last of Floyd Mayweather. Had a 21-year career.
Floyd Mayweather didn't retire owned, didn't retire bitter, didn't retire broken. He walked away with his health, his wealth, and his anatomy intact. Love him or hate him, every fighter negotiating power today is standing on the road that Floyd Mayweather Jr. paved. He didn't just beat opponents, he beat boxing. Period. Hate him or love him, he's the best to put on a pair of gloves. Peace.
Pretty boy, Floyd Mayweather.
It'll get here. It's no rush. And that's how I approach it.
Front Page Podcast. Front Page Podcast. Front Page Podcast.
Another hook, and it's over. Robert Burke.
I know everybody's seen the logo at the bottom of the screen on the front page. That's right, baby. Alky Water. Now y'all can scan that QR code and make sure y'all test some of the crispness water out there, man. Tell them the front page sent you, and it's how we keep everybody freshly hydrated on the show, baby. Alky.
Give us a practice run.
Look. Tell them this is the main event podcast. Please like, subscribe, and continue as we continue to bring you that best inside and outside of boxing. I'm one of your hosts, Over here we got Mike Brisbane. Hold on, player. You can't touch the mic. Over here we got Mike Brisbane, and then we got somebody in the middle. He's in the middle. All right. His name is TB3. The third coming. 1, 2.